Hello everyone. Today topic is how we save the model in our disk and how to load the model from the disk. So this is the first step for machine learning regression model which we created earlier in last sessions. We have created the model. You have already seen this, and you have done the several practices. Now we move to the topic how we can save that model locally in the disk and then load this model for further predictions. So this is the first step. In the next step, we will try to deploy the model on the cloud environment or in the Docker file, and then we try to evaluate the model from that. So let's continue working on this, and let me turn off my video for better understanding. As you know, we have done the practice in the last session where we evaluate the regression model and the evaluation matrices we have done in the last section. So today agenda is to save the model and load from the disk. So I have created one file. This is save and load regression model from disk. If you want more detail, you can walk through this link, and then you will see the detailed section which is provided by Microsoft. I will support you today here how we can create our model that we already know, but now the question is how we can save and load the model. So it's just like a program. Let's say you develop your application and you deploy your application, or you build exe or DLL for your application, and then that used for further applications, or it is consumed by other services. Exactly similar here. We create a machine learning model and we train the model, we evaluate the performance, and once we satisfied all our tests are passed, then we save the model and distribute it for further users. So to simplify it, I don't need to write everything from scratch. So I will copy it from the previous file where we imported the namespaces. Let me do it quickly for you. Let's add the section, add the namespace, and then our data contract class here, the data contract class, and then the model. Okay, and the pipeline that we used earlier, and then train and test data. Let's copy quickly. Train the model data, this line we copy. This is the splitting and training our data, training our model here. Then we do have test the model with our train and test data set, predicting evaluation matrix. This we already discussed in the last session. If you want to know more detail, please view my last recorded video. And here we have done the evaluation of the matrix. So okay, till then we will execute one by one, then execute it. That will load the references, create a data contract class. I will use the same salary data CSV file that we have. This file we used for earlier session. We will keep for this, load the CSV data, and here we use it for our pipeline training, and we use SDCA. This is the trainer for regression trainer. I will give you more detail, but here we are using linear regression. So SDCA is best fit for the baseline, or whenever you have a demand and where the independent variable and dependent variables are changing on the proportionately, then SDC is the best fit regression trainer which you can use, but no worries about it. I will explain in the detail in our coming sessions, where I will describe how many types of the trainers supported by ML.NET, what is the purpose of those trainers, when you use what based on the demand, which trainer you will use, and what is the purpose of normalization, and when we use the trainers. I will give you these all details. So stay tuned with my series. Let's continue practicing with me. And then we split and our data in the proportion for 80-20. Here we keep the test fraction is 20% and 80% of data will be goes for the training, and here we will train it. This train. Now we provide the test data, so and then print the evaluation matrix. Okay. All right, the code was missing. Evaluate this. I missed a code. No worries. Let's add this. Here we provided the prediction, that's just test data, and now we're predicting based on our training. Let's see. Now we have seen our model given model gives us accuracy 98%. Okay, now the question is how to save this. If you don't save this data and rerun this model time again and again, then you know this is in memory. But if you want to save it, then it will save permanently in the disk. So for now, today we will talk about how to save the model in the disk and then load the model. Save the model in disk. Now we will save the model, ML context model save, and the data dot is, you can walk through this. Here the save method need a transformer that we have a model, and then data view schema as the input schema of our model, which we already have the data we do have. So the input schema of the data is comes with the schema and then your model name. So once we do this, let's execute. Once you execute, your model will saved here. Now you can use this model anywhere. So let's use this model. Now I will load this model. Load the model from disk. Okay. Let this model in that way. Okay. Model is loaded. And here we can define the data view schema as well. If it is a dynamic variable, if you want, then you can define data view schema, and you can define the ML context and then data view schema. Let's say I would like to keep separate ML context, ML context. Let me add this for you. ML context, ML context is equal to new context, and then data view schema. Data view schema, this here we will store our model's output. So let's say input out data view schema. So you are C# developer, you know what this means by out parameter. This means this model will, the system will load the model. This is the model name, and then give us the schema, model schema in out parameter. Now we can predict it. So prediction is pretty simple, as we have done the prediction over here. Let me write the code for the prediction, which we already wrote in our last session. I will copy it. So let's predict the model. This is a little different. This model is we first we save the model in the disk, then we load the model. So you don't need to rebuild again and again. Only if you want to load the model, then just write this code. These line of code you will write, your model would be loaded, and then provide the prediction. So here the loaded model is there. So we do have the loaded model. Then the salary information, the input we will give in over here, and then we'll predict based on the sample data. And then let's see the magic. Wow. So the prediction is now accurate. If 3.2 years of experience, I would say 3.5 years of experience, then this prediction given by the model. If I have 4 years of experience, then what is the value? We can see this value over here, and you can check together with the CSV as well. 4, 4.1, 4.5, 4.9. These are the range of the values, and our model is predicting good quality, I would say. Yeah, because it gives you the 98% accuracy. Here you can see the accuracy level of our model is 98%. So that's it for this session, guys. Next session we will talk more topics about the regression methods only. Let's stay tuned and continue watching and continue your practice. I will upload this IPYNB file, this editor file on the Git. You can clone it or you can download it and start your practice. If you have any question, feel free to ask the question. Thank you very much.